Just before we start, how many of you have watched the previous webinar on the energy reading and the mind mirror? It's all about perspective. I highly recommend you to have a look because I allowed myself to share my inner kitchen, how I see the world. I guess we all are unique, and I shared my own vision, and I try to help others to start seeing world in less materialistic light, but more from the energy viewpoint. So I highly invite you to watch that one. And then if you are interested, there are a few more that we already did with the Mind Mirror community a while ago. So I did the program, The Signs of Spiritual Awakening, where I was trying to talk about brainwave patterns of different stages of awakening, as well as just share my story of awakening. Then there was a program about meditation, and there is a short version of that program that's interesting how everybody understands meditation and what we really imply by it. Then there is a great program, Practice of Silence by the System of Health Management. Again, I did this program, and this is basically about higher principles of life or higher order based on physiology and modern science. So if we are talking about how life organizes itself, how it works, on many levels, it will correlate with the energy perspective. Sorry, I highly recommend you to watch this. And again, there is a short version, just 30 minutes of very concentrate summary that may help you just in your life or even in your practice if you're practicing psychology or therapy or any people work. And then Dynamic Brain in Meditation is another beautiful program done by Leonardo Mascaro. It's one of Mind Mirror owners and clinical neurofeedback practitioners from Brazil. So if you are more into clinical side of neurofeedback and you want to see deep research on neurophysiology of meditation, what it does, it's a great program. Again, I'll be creative as I already started with the previous one. And creative implies distorting or bending the norm. So my presentation will be quite eclectic. I leave it to you to collect the pieces together. And for those who don't know me, so my kind of slogan or main point I put out on my website is that learning to navigate brainwaves is like adding extra lenses of perception, taking you beyond your analytical mind into the depth of your subconscious, all the way to cosmic consciousness. So the Mind Mirror people, they would know this quite well. For the rest of you, I'll give later short introductions so you get more idea of what I mean. And again, Energy Webinar will tell you more as well. And of course, the biggest reward is to see you awakening to the power of who you truly are. So my background, besides being certified Mind Mirror practitioner and trainer and moderate online events for the Institute for the Awakened Mind, I'm coming from psychology. I have a degree in psychology, teacher of psychology, I have a diploma in transpersonal psychology. And before I shifted to doing this work, and before I moved to Australia, I used to be working in the corporate world. So I know the other side of life, which is much less spiritual or esoteric and very, very stressful. So I know what I'm talking about. And I was applying some of these meditations and some of principles that I'll be sharing today when I was working in a busy, hardcore, very harsh world. So I hope that will help you too. So at some point in my life, and honestly very early in life, I decided that I really just is an essential need for me to keep the door to magic dimension open. And now I can say it's even more. I need to go and practice magic, if I can say so. I was curious what's behind the veil, how it all works, how it all operates. And I'm not theoretical person. I'm a very practical person. I don't like dry theories. I really, really need practice. How can I apply it? If it's not proven by science, but it still works, like many therapies or techniques from transpersonal psychology, which in many countries it's not even recognized. If breath work works, if shamanic techniques work, take everything on board, use it, it works. So beautiful. And I invite you to do the same. What is meditation? You will see, those who listen to watch the previous webinar, you know that I made these cards explaining how I see everything from the energy viewpoint, which I think energy is the common denominator for everything. So if you connect with that level, you'll start seeing why things the way they are, how everything operates, how everything is connected. So to me, meditation is a process of tuning. You can use the word attunement, maybe. I'm not that sensitive to subtle differences because English is not my native language. You can say alignment as well with certain frequencies to restore, to reconnect with the life energy flow and shift the perspective, to manifest, to create. And I also shared that the word mood in Russian language literally means tuning. So mood would be a process of tuning. So when you're in a bad mood, it would literally mean you're out of tune. So I guess it's up to us what we would like to tune into. And before we start, I just want to say a few words how my meditation story started. For me, the whole journey started at the transpersonal workshop with Vladimir Maikov, my teacher here in the middle, in Moscow. And he introduced me to the work of Anna Weiss, and we did few meditations before holotropic sessions. For me, it was the very first ever in life meditation experience. If you talk about guided, structured meditations and not just idle or relaxing mind activities, because fishing could be meditation, or even gardening could be meditation, or dancing could be meditation for others. So for me, this was first encounter of my inner world. And I was amazed that actually after 5 days of workshop, I felt more relaxed. I was filled with impressions from this workshop. And it was so much better and beneficial to me than if I compare it with the trip to the Alps, a skiing resort. It was boring, really. Maybe first 3 days I would enjoy the beauty of the nature, the Alps, the snow, the movement, the exercise, but then really something essential and deep was missing. So I realized, oh, I have so much to explore inside of me. And I can watch these beautiful movies created by my own mind. And I can release so much tension and stress, and I can receive so many insights. And it's just when I travel inside and I don't have really to pay any ticket to anybody to close my eyes and go there and explore. I just need a little bit of guidance. So what meditation did for me. So clearly, as I started meditating regularly, and it was the end of 2009, seriously, I was introduced in 2005, but life circumstances just pushed me to do it seriously in the end of 2009. And I was guided to certain meditations online, and I'll share with them with you during this course. So reduced levels of stress, clearly, much more peace and calmness and contentment with myself and life, more presence, wholeness, definitely more inner power, definitely more focus and ability to concentrate. I was amazed to see that some of my chronic illnesses disappeared as I started meditating regularly, and increased intuition, clairvoyance, or more guidance, more insights, more intuitive hints, more synchronicities in my life. And in general, kind of the depth and quality of life, the meaning, connection to all. and especially connection, how I put it, to the sacred cauldron of life increased. I started feeling the support. I'm like, I can rely on something which is invisible, but is always there for me to help me. So let's move to the topic, and the topic of today is stress. By stress, generally we imply threat or challenge, but I'm talking here about stress, which is more psychosocial, the stress not related to big disasters on Earth, the stress that more we create to ourselves, the stress that can be reduced or completely avoided, right? So to me, from the energy perspective, the stress would be waste or drain of energy, drain of personal energy when you're acting from small delusional self. So which means you're too much attached to physical, you lack perspective, so you can't see things for like where they're heading, what's truly is going on. If we talk about perspective, you don't see things from the top of the mountain to understand why people are running around in the bottom like crazy, what's going on there. You are in the bottom of the mountain, seeing lots of cows around you and completely confused what's going on. So really tuning into collective of COVID right now, that's how most of people feel, I bet. And that's how I feel when I drop out of tuning back to myself. So it's always about low frequency scale vibration, coming from illusions of separation. You're separated from your higher self, bigger self, or you're separated from this inner secret world, energy dimension, spiritual dimension. I'll use many words because when we talk about subtle things, it's really hard to describe them because they are subtle, they are invisible. It's like catching the tail of the falling star. But the more words I use, the more metaphors I use, the better you'll understand what I mean. So that's why I'll be using lots of words. And then anxiety would be energy trapped in looping low vibration thought, which otherwise was really meant for action. So very interestingly, when we talk about excitation, neurologically and energetically, we may be looking at the same thing. The difference is the attitude and how we look at it. So being excited about something, you just feel this energy building up and you're holding it until the event comes up and you're going to release it. It's kind of similar with stress and anxiety, and I'll elaborate a little bit more on it in a second. So here clearly you can see the scale of different emotions. We don't see stress here, but anything below 175, starting with anger, desire, fear. I don't know why desire they put so low, but it's more like a hunger, I guess, greed, fear, apathy, guilt, shame. So these are all low vibrational things where you feel kind of powerless in a way. Anger is actually the first step where you start building up your power. But before that, it's quite miserable state to be. So when we talk about energy work tuning, including with meditation practice, we are talking about raising this frequency. We are talking about uplifting you to higher frequencies and ideally take you to the level of independence of your inner world, where your frequencies are so high that all the lower ones cannot reach you. So you are less susceptible to lower collective disturbances. You sit in your power no matter what. And this is the ideal conditions, of course, but that's the aim, that's the goal. And that's, I mean, your true power, and that's the true power of spirit, if you would like to say so. If someone has microphone on, could you please switch it on? Because I can hear a little bit of echo. And here there will be lots of words, but I'll just try to explain it. It's just more for myself, not to lose track of what I'm trying to deliver. So in a healthy way, stress is beneficial. It's really contraction for action. So we are building up energy. We're accelerating for action. And when the energy is released naturally, organically through action, through the right constructive activity, we go back to the next cycle, of expansion, relaxation. We contract, we expand. Everything in life works in these cycles or rhythms. And interestingly, good healthy stress can help us to relax more, and after we relax more, we have more energy to kind of available to us for the next cycle of contraction. So it's quite healthy to be exposed. It's part of natural growth, natural challenges that we take. So nothing wrong in that. And my mediumship webinar was a great representation of that, because we did stress exercise and when we did relaxation exercise, and that was best. I could really see scales improving after I exposed them for a little bit of stress. We did Stroop test as an experiment. So when we cannot find the exit for the energy, say in real life, the rabbit is running away from the dog, that's fine. We survived, it's all fine, get back to the next day, next journey. But when it's just artificial kind of created stress, the energy is building up, our whole body goes into this fight-flight mode, prepares to run away, but we are not doing anything. Energy is trying, it's trapped, it's stuck, it seeks release on physical level. So what starts happening, it starts burning or attacking ourselves, wearing us off from inside, overloading organs, some organs like heart, blood system, under-energizing others. So we'll be more prone to picking viruses, develop inflammations. We will have problems with metabolism, reproduction, anxiety. We might end up with addiction. So the idea is very simple behind it. In emergency, we go into overdrive mode, throws all the blood. Blood will be the energy manifestation on the body level to the core, to the heart muscles, to help the body fight or flight, and withdraws the energies from other energy consuming areas that I mentioned: digestion, reproduction, regeneration, immunity. When it's too strong or is for too long, we are depleted. We lose our flexibility. It destroys our natural contraction expansion cycles. It disbalances our autonomic nervous system, this self-regulating system that helps us to get back to norm, to restore, to recover, regenerate. And we result in constant lack of energy for action, chronic fatigues, illnesses, fibromyalgia could be there as well, depression. It's like a car engine is revving, but there is no grip with reality. Plus, you run out of gas eventually. So some of psychosocial stress is just purely very artificial, very unnecessary stress. I was always thinking the clouds in the sky, the wind, it just blows from, high pressure, low pressure areas. And it's like, there is no tension there. It just kind of naturally navigates through the natural mechanism where it's supposed to be. Why can't we live like that? Why can't we? There is too much, too much pressure, too much overimposition of our small minds, disconnected selves on this reality. We want to see things as we want to see things, and they are not the way we want to see them. So we go into a fight, and really, we're just delusional. We are not there. It always comes from lack of perspective, from out of tune, default settings of perception. So we can't see high perspective. We don't know where it's all going. Our attitudes, beliefs, goals, they could be fake goals, dysfunctional limiting beliefs, wrong attitudes acquired over lifetime experience. So don't blame yourself. But it's good to understand the mechanism. It's good to understand how it works, so you can reconnect yourself back to the life flow. You can reset your kind of this initial default settings of perception to healthy ones. And understanding developing bigger perspective and attitudes are critical in stress. So beliefs, attitudes, I call them like lenses or filters that color our perception. If you would like to compare it with neurofeedback, they split the life energy wave in a certain spectrum and define what's the underlying dominant frequency. That would be the belief. It's a bigger one. And what's the resonant vibrational frequency. So how we respond, how we vibrate in response of stimuli from the reality. So really what you send, how you vibrate is what you receive or see back. So everything we receive through our senses. So on the energy level, it will be the vibration we send, the vibration we feel. It's our filters that will decide how we color this world. You know, what color, in simple words, lenses or filters. What eyes are you wearing? Are you wearing pink glass today? Are you wearing gray glass today? How much distortion happens when you're wearing your glasses? Or are they absolutely just zero? You don't need any enlargement. It's just reality as it is. Are you prepared to open up and receive it as it is? So beliefs will be, again, underlined, bigger, dominant to what is possible, what you're open to resonate with, or even not open. You'll still, if you fight, you'll still resonate with it. And attitudes, they're much smaller. It's your anticipation and response to life events, how your outlook, this lens, oh, this event is good for me, it's coming, great. Oh, this event is bad for me. And pain, I just thought I mentioned that as well because it feels like natural to mention it in relation to stress. It's a block or contraction with trapped life energy, which is actually pushing through, seeking a release. It's the more pain we feel, usually when we push more and resist more, we cannot open up and let go. But all natural life mechanisms, they're trying to send us back to balance, back to self-regulation. The more we mess up with this mechanism and kind of stimulate or overdo, it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. And pain helps us to point that, hey, here is a block, here is something where you resist. And logically, fight is never the solution. It usually makes it worse. Because when you fight, you kind of start playing, or your attention goes to the frequency you do not want. And this is not the way. You're actually supporting and amplifying what you do not want. As I mentioned before, attention is directing our life energy and amplifying things that you want to manifest. When you fight, you are amplifying things you do not want to manifest. So it doesn't make any sense. I know we all are like that, and it takes a huge effort or stretch to turn your perception basically 180 degrees, completely the opposite side, and say, no, I'd rather create what I want and hold a high vibration frequency for myself and others, rather than losing myself in this fight. So trusting, welcoming, allowing the life energy to unfold the world would do much a better job for you than fighting. And here I like the metaphor again of this picture. Visionary artists, they do a great job. If you still think of demons and angels of something as physical, I'd rather think of them on the energy level as a vibrational frequency. It's kind of your choice always which frequency to choose. I know with life traumas and too much stress, we'll lose this flexibility or elasticity of our attention. But true inner work is about not losing it. It's about knowing that you can return back and tuning back, getting back to balance, back into alignment. And that's what we'll be practicing. So demons are demons, but actually this is all happens in your mind It's your inner work, not fight, inner creative tuning work into higher frequencies. Freedom, because I think it's also related to the whole understanding, and it's very much related to stress, how free we are. So I should say, really, in any type of form, on any type of physical level, label, judgment, diagnosis, it's always limiting. It's always you're trying to lock or put in a box this life flow of energy, and it's impossible to lock. So any material manifestation automatically implies freedom, limitation, or switching other degrees of freedom. So how can we change our attitudes and feel more free or independent from what's pressing on us on physical level? It's always switch to sticking or staying with the moment of flow. That's why we always say life is movement, life is flow, life is motion. Stick to the process, look at the process. That's what means to me living from the energy perspective. So I bet all of you were traveling on airplanes. So imagine you are on the very tip of the airplane that just like moving through this air mass. So if you can imagine that, that's kind of the process. That's the picture or idea I'm trying to explain. Whenever you feel stuck with something, remember it's just your label. It's a snapshot. It's not the real thing. The real thing, it's constantly changing, moving, flowing. Let it flash out whatever works for you, and whatever doesn't serve you, flash out whatever doesn't work for you, doesn't serve you anymore, and bring in fresh stuff that will be working for you. So there is one little exercise for you now. Could you please close your eyes again? And we'll do a beautiful small exercise. When you have no time at all, you can still do it. I can always say, you may not have half an hour for meditation. You may not have 15 minutes. You will always have one breath or few breaths. So close your eyes. And as you inhale, see yourself in your mind's eye. With every next breath, imagine how the flow of life is traveling through you, enlightening every particle, bringing you the information you need, nurturing, healing, and energizing you. And as you exhale, feel yourself clearing out, releasing all the darkness, heaviness, negativity, anything that doesn't belong to you, that is no longer of service to you. And with each exhale, there is a deeper release. So go through a few cycles on your own with the breath nurturing you, feeling every particle with light, healing, energizing you. With every out breath or exhale, release all the darkness, all the heaviness, everything that's stressing you, everything that's not helping you, everything that's depriving you of your power. With each in-breath, take your power back, reclaim your power. Just feel it coming back to you. Everything you need. And without breath again, release. So you can open your eyes when you're ready. This is a great exercise since we attract what we vibrate with. As soon as I get a negative thought or a doubt or something disturbing, I just breathe it out. As soon as you may feel physical symptom in your head, in your body, anywhere, I get sometimes headaches when I don't meditate enough, don't spend time outside enough. Same, just breathe through your pain, bring this new nurturing, healing, transformational energy, and release the pain, release all the tension, what doesn't serve you anymore. It's as simple as that, in one breath. I hope you enjoyed it. And here we come to the mind mirror and how we see brainwaves and the brainwaves of stress. So for those who don't have the mind mirror, this is a very quick reminder. We have patterns. We have these colorful bands that you can see, right? That shape the whole picture image into a pattern. So we see frequencies here, and the fastest on top, the slowest on bottom, and we can see the voltage, the amplitude, or the volume, so to say, how loud they are, how powerful they are in the bottom horizontally. So we split them by color, and we split them by different levels of mind. That's how we look at it. So really we can assume or say that mind mirror measures the energy because it measures frequency. It splits the main wave with a special filter into these levels. Beta is conscious mind, very fast, very busy on top. Alpha is in green. It's the slower, these are slower brain waves. We call them the bridge. And you can associate this with your body because your body operates on physical level, interacts with physical level through its 5 senses. So really, if you stimulate your senses, you will be more likely to open alpha bridge. Any sensualization, visualization would work. And then theta, subconscious mind, all your inner self, inner world, that's what I was talking about. Your heart, your soul place, this is in theta, in slower brainwaves. And then delta, it's unconscious mind. This is your kind of instinct, empathy, connection to the source, if you like. Healers and mediums show lots of delta, as well as when we are hypervigilant, we'll show lots of delta. It's just this tuning is reflected with delta. So here to remember, when we talk about stress, we normally will see the ordinary pattern in people. So it's anxiety, it's paranoia, it's modern world. Really, we are caught up in our beta, in our minds. We are separate from our bodies. Look, alpha is a bottleneck, theta, our inner world is a bottleneck, and then there is some instinct running in the bottom. So this is a separate, outdated perspective when you're trapped in materialistic realm. When we experience stress, we are very likely to show this pattern. And we are talking about how we can improve it. So to improve it, we have to open the bottlenecks. We have to open alpha bridge. We have to connect with the body, and through the body, through our senses, we'll connect with our inner self, with theta. We will be able to allow for kind of being present at the same time for the external world with beta and internal world with theta. So that's awakened mind. And if we move on even further, we'll go into evolved mind pattern, which will mean we go into very balanced state and there are no more bottlenecks. We kind of maximize, optimize the use of our minds, our brain, of our resources, our wisdom. So it's very balanced, peaceful, healing state. So as soon as we shift, cross the line, open alpha, we are on the right path. We are healing ourselves. So I'll skip these patterns because I'll leave the presentation. You can study more. Those who know Mind Mirror, they know them well enough. So these are the same patterns I just mentioned. And this is a quick reference to the presentation done by Leonardo Mascara. I mentioned it before, about neurophysiology of meditation. Very interesting research. And he presented it in a way that, so here we just see the contour of the same bandwidth, so colored bands that I showed before. And he was saying that historically we lost this connection. So in the bottom of our brain, in the root, we have reptilian brain, then limbic systems, mammalian brain, and neocortex, which is human brain, the whole frontal lobes, and where we produce lots of beta. This part is disconnected from the rest of the brain. So literally, when you're stuck in beta, if you look at neurophysiology, you'll see that beta is very localized. It's like zooming into details, like really enlargement glass. When you need clarity, logic, orientation in material world, but for a bigger vision, for a bigger perspective, you clearly need more than that. You need, the body will tell you the truth. The body never lies. So you have to connect with your body, with alpha and theta, with your inner wisdom. No way you can survive without that. And both alpha and theta, they will come from the very center of our brain. They will come from thalamic and subthalamic places. So alpha, literally, if you look at it, it will be thalamus sending messages to the cortex and back to various parts of your brain. So these are all these connections. So you don't want the energy in your brain being stuck just here. You want it really reverberate through your whole head, because obviously on every level, being material or non-visible, non-material, it's the same principles apply. The more resources you can access, the more wisdom you can access, the more energy you can access, the better. And so if he calls mammalian, reptilian, it's really your genetic heritage, if you like, evolutionary heritage. We need it all. We need it all. We can't get stuck. We need to expand perspective, zoom out and expand. So this is a good snapshot from another beautiful video. I'll share with you the link later. This is the thalamus, the relay station that communicates. And this is where alpha comes from and theta comes from. Alpha, theta is our core. Can't be without that. So here is promised a little example of common response to stress, which is, I think, quite healthy here. So we can see before stress, oh, it's a round pattern. Oh, clearly, oh, yes, there is alpha bridge. There is connection with inner self. We can see theta. It's almost like a circular shape pattern. And after stress, look, the person came back. That's perfectly fine. But what happened during stress? We started building up more and more beta and gamma on top, more delta as our intuitive or instinctual survival response. Is it dangerous? What's going on there? Then processing it with our beta gamma brain. And then when we do this, it steals the energy, because it's kind of one pool of energy. It steals the energy from our alpha. So we lose the bridge, we lose the connection, we lose the communication. We are kind of locked. But beautifully, look, it's 8:45, and in 8:52, in basically 7 seconds, the person is back to normal. I think it's a great response to stress. I wish everybody was like that. Because it's not just, we have to remember that it's not just what's happening, it's how we react to what is happening. That's why the attitude is so critically important. So the healthy way would be, oh yes, I acknowledge there is something going there. I evaluate or do the appraisal. And then even though my body can go into this alert emergency mode, response mode. As soon as I evaluated and appraised, I know, oh, there is no real danger for me there. I go back to normal. So that's a healthy response to stress. And now watch this one. So 4:33, 35, and then 36, 39, it will be after stress. So 39, and here we start again. So this is a person whose baseline is on top. Look, normally there is lots of gamma for that person, and it's really hard to open alpha bridge for that person. But interestingly, during stress experiment, the feedback was, yes, I heard the noise, but I went even deeper. So I think that's really master's response. Going deeper is subtle here, but if you watch long enough, you'll notice that at some stage after stress, she managed to open these green bands of alpha bridge, which was impossible for her before. Look, so here there's no bridge. And then after experiencing stress, 36, 39, yeah, there were few moments when she managed to go deeper. For somebody like her, it's a huge, huge step. So this, what I would say, it's a mastery response. You get the external disturbing stimuli, but you manage to go even deeper. And today's meditation will help you to do that. One more response to stress. I call it, I'm still stressing in my mind. So look what happens at before. I think I muddled up a bit the time in here. So what will happen? 35 now, I think that's correct. It's just a long file. He's quite deep, he's quite good. Here's his bridge. Oh, look here. Lots of gamma, lots of beta, lots of delta. Losing the bridge, losing the bridge. The disturbing stimuli just happened like 5 seconds maximum. But what you'll see next, he is still reverberating with stress. So there is no more disturbance coming in, but his brain is still reliving this stressful experience again and again and losing the bridge. So I found it's a beautiful micromodel for life, how we might be responding to stress in unhealthy way. And here is kind of similar story where it got worse and worse and worse. So there was a bridge. The first experiment, I dropped the book. Oh, there is some stress, we lost the bridge. And then bridge was back for a second. And then we lost it again with the next experiment. I dropped the bowl. It was very loud. So you can see that this person couldn't settle literally after the stressful experiments. He couldn't settle anymore. But here I gave you this example because later in the training, we were doing the bubble meditation, and he managed to restore his balance only when we came to the point where he was asked to imagine that he's sitting in his bubble and he's in energy bubble and he's inviting someone in the room into his bubble. And it was extremely amazing to see that he very quickly, look, opened the bridge and went almost into a circular pattern, very advanced, much more balanced and optimal pattern than stress, obviously, when he was connecting with his wife and with the energy of the group. So I felt that it's kind of visual representation of how shamans behave, you know, when you want to do something and you don't have enough skills or experience. It's very good to imagine yourself as someone who already has it. Like if we talk about connecting with the flow of life, you connect with this nature of water because it's fluid, it's in the flow, it's moving. Or in this case, he connected with his wife, who is very balanced, and she lives in this circular part, and she's natural medium. So I just suggest when you do meditations, try to connect with their authors or someone who really benefited from it, and you could get your results faster. And here is a little parable explaining this reverberation of beta that I just showed. A senior monk and junior monk were traveling together. At one point, they came to a river with a strong current. As the monks were preparing to cross the river, they saw a very young and beautiful woman also attempting to cross. The young woman asked if they could help her cross the other side. The two monks glanced at one another because they had taken vows not to touch a woman. Then, without a word, the older monk picked up the woman, carried her across the river, placed her gently on the other side, and carried on his journey. The younger monk couldn't believe what had just happened. After enjoining his companion, he was speechless, and an hour passed without a word between them. 2 more hours passed, and 3. Finally, the younger monk could contain himself any longer and blurted out, "As monks, we are not permitted a woman. How could you then carry that woman on your shoulders?" The older monk looked at him and replied, "Brother, I set her down on the other side of the river. Why are you still carrying her?" So really, let go what doesn't serve us anymore. Concentrate on the present moment. Stop carrying if you can, because there's no point in running the stress when there is no longer stimuli. So that's when we get stuck in it. That's often when we get stuck in trauma. Just let go. Don't carry the luggage that you don't need with you anymore. See any new moment as new. So you can be creative and responsive to the moment as is, and not to what you are carrying still in your mind. So how else can we see stress with the mind mirror? We'll see stress with the GSR. And these cables, they're similar to lie detectors. You stick them to the fingers, and if you're exposed to something stressful, say during meditation or just a talk, you can see resistance. That means the person is going through stress. So as you're relaxing, obviously you'll see different results. So we can measure GSR directly, or we can measure Lesch scale, and I'll talk about it to mind mirror owners later if they want. It's just a nice reminder. And then, of course, we could see the stress with the heart rate, because we have another blood volume pulse meter that we also stick to a little finger, or you can clip it to your ear, where you'll measure pulse. And you can also measure the heart rate variability index, which is basically the representation of the health of our heart and the balance of our nervous system. Autonomic nervous system, the one that naturally by default tries to bring you back to balance and regulates the cycle of stress, relaxation, or contraction, relaxation, expansion. And if it gets out of order, that's when we are struggling. And we can also measure stress index derived from this blood volume pulse measurements. And again, for mind mirror owners, I'll elaborate on that a little bit more later. So how can we deal with stress or increase stress resilience? In EEG, from the brainwaves perspective, right, we can reduce beta and train alpha theta for awakened and evolved mind. So no more bottlenecks, right? More access to all resources that you have. In other words, you can say you're growing your perspective. Refer to my previous energy reading webinar for more. GSO Lesch scale, galvanic skin response. So successive relaxation, autogenic exercises, hands warming exercises. or a connection with the body, releasing energy blocks through physical activity would do to help release this stress. Any action, any movement will release this stuck energy from the body and release stress, so it's healthy. Heart rate, it's really, really important to remember that breathing at a slower rates will help us to reduce stress, because when we stress out, we get shallow breath or very fast breath, and that's how it really damages us and disturbs us. But we can go to slower breathing rates. That would be 4.5 to 7 for most of people, somewhere in this range, not like 12 plus breaths per minute that we normally do. And this restores a autonomic nervous system self-regulation mechanism. Don't forget about it. It's simple, but it's extremely powerful. And any peak performance training, normally for sportsmen, would include this heart rate variability. If you're struggling with anxiety, post-traumatic stress, heart rate variability would be #1 thing to train. We have the whole HeartMath Institute. There is more information there to explore. Or another way, connect with the universal flow, energy flow, connect with truth, love, or magic 0 point. Again, if you haven't watched the previous webinar, it wouldn't be clear, but just connect with your heart, and it will automatically kind of, just with your attention drawing away from thinking into your heart center in your body, will help you to improve your heart rate. But then these are the measurements, how we see this with the mind mirror, heart rate variability, and GSR. So again, for mind mirror owners, I could talk about it more later. So why these meditations? Here we come. You might have come across it, so I'll give you 2. So it's Silva ESP, extrasensoric perception, or everyday ESP. Why did I choose this meditation? It's grounded down to earth meditation, starting with the physical realm, body. And body senses, as we know, it's alpha. We relax body with the mind. Yes, we can use our mind to help us relax the body, and then we relax the mind to get into a deeper, more potent state of mind. We are all interconnected, body and mind, mind and body. So to restore that connection, and if your body is relaxed, it's easier to relax your mind. So it's a good order, it's a good starting point, and it's not far out meditation like many others, because every next time we'll go further and further into subtle realms. I don't know how much you are prepared to go. So this is successive relaxation meditation, ending with imagining images of desired life changes. Again, a great place to start. Any alpha theta treatment and peak performance start with activation of sensory motor rhythm, which we activate with relaxation, hands warming, resonant frequency breathing for heart rate variability to help us rebalance nervous system and sets up into a more kind of flexible or sensitive mode, right? Because if we are stuck in stress, in tension and contraction, we are quite insensitive. So it gives us keys to relax faster each time, both physically and mentally. Plus, it gives you instruments that help me personally to relax every morning without this meditation, just in my mind running through the countdown exercises. When we count down, we relax, and the more we do it, the faster we do it. This meditation has embedded alpha tapping rhythm to help you center. It's also called centering exercise. And of course, as we just learned, it helps us open the gate to deeper self. This meditation has elements of yoga nidra or hypnosis. When we are deeply relaxed, it gives us positive statements that help program our mind, block negative responses, including our own negative thoughts. I absolutely loved it in the darkest moment of my life. I did it quite often, and it really helped me to stay away or kind of protected from my own negative thoughts. So it has this beautiful statement: negative thoughts and negative suggestions have no influence over me at any level of the mind, and help you integrate yourself into bigger universal perspective. Energetically, Silva is the good choice because he worked a lot. His work was a lot about developing intuition or extrasensory perception. He was working on psychometry, connecting and getting guidance with high intelligence, healing, mental projection, manifestation. He's the master of it all, and he describes it beautifully in his work. And I think this is the gold and the best of the best. You may call it an ancient meditation, but it's the best of the best to start with. And it contains instructions just inside of it. So it will be a good starting point for, this is the Silva himself, and just a few points. Sometimes we cannot solve the problem or make the right decision because we don't have enough information. We can get it from invisible means of support or high intelligence through our intuition. Everybody has it and should use it in everyday life. The truthful truth and the real reality is that which, when applied, corrects problems. We are all capable of healing. We can mentally project image of healthy self and let body return to the perfect mold provided by Creator initially. So he discovered special powers applying hypnosis with his children. And especially he noticed when they reached a certain deeper level of mind. So later he associated mental success formula with alpha rhythm and right brain-centered or we-centered understanding, compassionate, patient, allowing, non-pushing perspective. And the beneficial statements are, my increasing mental faculties are for serving humanity better. Every day in every way I'm getting better, better and better. Negative thoughts and negative suggestions have no influence over me at any level of mind. Positive thoughts bring me benefits and advantages I desire. And clearly he will take you to bigger perspective because he understands that we are all connected, and his work, the key element of manifestation is you don't manifest just for yourself. The more people benefit, the more energy you will receive, the more support you will receive in what you are doing. So dedicated to all humanity, all who were here before us, all those who are here now and those who will come later, who are taking part in constructive and creative work to make the world a better place to live, so that when we move on, we shall leave behind a better world for those who follow. Kind of difficult statement for the present reality, but still nevertheless. And from Brainwaves perspective, don't expect much miracles with this meditation because there is lots of talk and it's very ground to earth. But what I would like to point in here is that alpha rhythm. Look, this is the trend line. Alpha rhythm goes in waves, but it was growing. It was kind of growing in waves as we were relaxing more and more. But then, if in the case of my person, it dropped. And when it dropped, if I go backwards, you'll see that we were actually dropping because there was more and more theta showing up. So really, we were dropping to even deeper levels of mind, looking like this. So I picked this snapshot which says relax and go deeper. So look, theta is even bigger than alpha and delta is even bigger than theta. We call this pattern channeling pattern. It's a very deep pattern looking like a skirt or a Christmas tree when normal people would fall asleep. But channelers and long-term meditators, they do readings, they do healing in these states. So it is amazing that even though overall we don't show huge changes in the scores of awakened mind, evolved mind, or gamma synchrony, it shows us the path of how to go deeper. And this is the key, I think, because first you find the path and then you learn to sustain, kind of path or the frequency or the perspective, and then you train yourself to sustain the perspective. And here, just show you a few snapshots again. As we go deeper, we open more and more our core self, our inner world. That's very interesting. Short fragment from this meditation now.
We will start this exercise with the 3-to-1 method. Take a deep breath, and while exhaling, mentally repeat and visualize the number 3 times. To help you learn to relax physically at level 3, I'm going to direct your attention to different parts of your body. Concentrate your sense of awareness on your scalp, the skin that covers your head. You will detect a fine vibration, a tingling sensation, a feeling of warmth caused by circulation. Now release and completely relax all tensions and ligament pressures from this part of your head and place it in a deep state of relaxation that will grow deeper as we continue. Concentrate your sense of awareness on your forehead, the skin that covers your forehead. You will detect a fine vibration, a tingling sensation, a feeling of warmth caused by circulation. Now release and completely relax all tensions and ligament pressures from this part of your head and place it in a deep state of relaxation that will grow deeper as we continue. Concentrate your sense of awareness on your eyelids and the tissue surrounding your eyes. You will detect a fine vibration, a tingling sensation, a feeling of warmth caused by circulation. Now release and completely relax all tensions and ligament pressures from this part of your head and place it in a deep state of relaxation that will grow deeper as we continue. Concentrate your sense of awareness on your face, the skin covering your cheeks. You will detect a fine vibration, a tingling sensation, a feeling of warmth caused by circulation. Now release and completely relax all tensions and ligament pressures from this part of your head and place it in a deep state of relaxation that will grow deeper as we continue. Concentrate on the outer portion of your throat, the skin covering your throat area. You will detect a fine vibration, a tingling sensation, a feeling of warmth caused by circulation. Now release and completely relax all tensions and ligament pressures from this part of your body and place it in a deep state of relaxation that will grow deeper as we continue. Concentrate within the throat area and relax all tensions and ligament pressures from this part of your body and place it in a deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper every time. Concentrate on your shoulders. Feel your clothing in contact with your body. Feel the skin and the vibration of the skin covering this part of your body. Relax all tensions and ligament pressures and place your shoulders in a deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper every time. Concentrate on your chest. Feel your clothing in contact with this part of your body. Feel the skin and the vibration of your skin covering your chest. Relax all tensions and ligament pressures and place your chest in a deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper every time. Concentrate within the chest area. Relax all organs, relax all glands, relax all tissues, including the cells themselves, and cause them to function in a rhythmic, healthy manner. Concentrate on your abdomen. Feel the clothing in contact with this part of your body. Feel the skin and the vibration of your skin covering your abdomen. Relax all tensions and ligament pressures and place your abdomen in a deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper every time. Concentrate within the abdominal area. Relax all organs, relax all glands, relax all tissues, including the cells themselves, and cause them to function in a rhythmic, healthy manner. Concentrate on your thighs. Feel your clothing in contact with this part of your body. Feel the skin and the vibration of your skin covering your thighs. Relax all tensions and ligament pressures and place your thighs in a deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper every time. Sense the vibrations at the bones within the thighs. By now, these vibrations should be easily detectable. Concentrate on your knees. Feel the skin and the vibration of your skin covering the knees. Relax all tensions and ligament pressures and place your knees in a deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper every time. Concentrate on your calves. Feel the skin and the vibration of the skin covering your calves. Relax all tensions and ligament pressures and place these parts of your body in a deep state of relaxation, going deeper and deeper every time. To enter a deeper, healthier level of mind, concentrate on your toes. Enter a deeper, healthier level of mind. To enter a deeper, healthier level of mind, concentrate on the soles of your feet. Enter a deeper, healthier level of mind. To enter a deeper, healthier level of mind, concentrate on the heels of your feet. Enter a deeper, healthier level of mind. Now cause your feet to feel as though they do not belong to your body. Feel your feet as though they do not belong to your body. Your feet feel as though they do not belong to your body. Your feet, ankles, calves, and knees feel as though they do not belong to your body. Your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, waist, shoulders, arms, and hands feel as though they do not belong to your body. You are now at a deeper, healthier level of mind, deeper than before. This is your physical relaxation level 3. Whenever you mentally repeat and visualize the number 3, your body will relax as completely as you are now, and more so every time you practice. To enter the mental relaxation level 2, take a deep breath, and while exhaling, mentally repeat and visualize the number 2 several times, and you are at level 2, a deeper level than 3. Level 2 is for mental relaxation, where noises will not distract you. Instead, noises will help you to relax mentally more and more. To help you learn to relax mentally at level 2, I'm going to call your attention to different passive scenes. Visualizing any scene that makes you tranquil and passive will help you relax mentally. Your being at the beach on a nice summer day may be a tranquil and passive scene for you. A day out fishing may be a tranquil and passive scene for you. A tranquil and passive scene for you may be a walk through the woods on a beautiful summer day, when the breeze is just right, where there are tall shade trees, beautiful flowers, a very blue sky, an occasional white cloud, birds singing in the distance, even squirrels playing on the tree limbs. Hear birds singing in the distance. This is mental relaxation level 2, where noises will not distract you. To enhance mental relaxation at level 2, practice visualizing tranquil and passive scenes. To go to your center, take a deep breath, and while exhaling, mentally repeat and visualize the number 1 several times. You are now at level 1, a deeper, healthier level of mind where you can function from your center. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At that moment, you will open your eyes, be wide awake, feeling fine and in perfect health, feeling better than before. You will have no ill effects whatsoever in your head, no headache, no ill effects whatsoever in your hearing, no buzzing in your ears, no ill effects whatsoever in your vision and eyesight. Vision, eyesight, and hearing improve every time you function at these levels of mind. 1, 2, coming out slowly now. 3. At the count of 5, you'll open your eyes, be wide awake, feeling fine and in perfect health, feeling better than before. Feeling the way you feel when you have slept the right amount of revitalizing, refreshing, relaxing, healthy, wonderful sleep. 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake, feeling fine and in perfect health, feeling better than before. This concludes the Silva centering exercise. Thank you.
And this one is another absolutely beautiful, and some of you may have come across it. So this one is called the Vortex. It's a great meditation that has beautiful magical musical rhythm with resonant frequency breathing rate behind it, which I just mentioned. It helps you to reduce stress levels, improve your heart coherence, and rebalance your nervous system. You don't need any equipment to train yourself to rebalance nervous system and feel better and basically take yourself into a better state, allow your body to self-regulate better, to restore, regenerate, improve heart health, or even go into flow and peak performance. That's what we talk about when we talk about heart rate variability. So the meditation gently suggests positive statements and helps you to shift your perspective and realign with the higher source, or life flow in my terminology. It is extremely positive, switching from pushing to allowing, thus readjusting your settings for manifestation and filling you with this flow or great sense of ease. And there are variations of this meditation. There is the generic one, main one, and the health one, healing one. So it's really healing and awakening yourself on many levels. Principles or statements. So you might have heard, I'm sure, because they're very, very popular. So Abraham Hicks, Abraham is the consciousness that Jerry is channeling, and it is very popular for, they are very popular for delivering Abraham teachings, this couple. You are a physical extension of that which is non-physical. You are here in this body because you choose to be here. The basis of your life is freedom. The purpose of your life is joy. You're a creator. You create with your every thought. Anything that you can imagine is yours to be or do or have. As you are choosing your thoughts, your emotions are guiding you. The universe adores you, for it knows your broadest intentions. Relax into your natural well-being. All is well. Really it is. You are a creator of thought. Ways on your unique path of joy. Actions to be taken and possessions to be exchanged are byproducts of your focus and joy. And the last one, you may appropriately depart your body without illness or pain. You cannot die. You are everlasting life. So this is a wonderful meditation when you need to be at ease or heal yourself, or really with the I just wanted you to show the heart rate variability, because I said it has this embedded rhythm, and I decided to test with the mind mirror. Does it really work? When I first encountered this meditation, I didn't know that, but now I know more about resonant frequency breathing. And you can see, so this is my pulse and my heart activity, which is quite disorganized. My heart rate variability index is 10.8. And you can see how beautifully it aligned. Look how more organized it became with doing this exercise. And from 10.8, we switched to 14.3. So the more heart rate variability you get, the better your health is, heart health is. Plus stress index, it was 5 and it dropped to 3. So obviously it is calming and soothing. And we saw the proof that I just showed. So we can measure the success. So this one is truly magical, always positive, just like a breeze of fresh air coming through you.
It is nice to have an opportunity to visit with you for the purpose of tuning to your natural rhythm of well-being. Breathe in, breathe out. Your intelligent body is comprised of trillions of cells, seeking and finding alignment and balance at all times. Breathe in, breathe out. There is no greater advantage that you could offer to your body than this gentle releasing of resistance right now. Your natural state is one of absolute well-being, and in the absence of resistance, your physical body must thrive. Breathe in, breathe out. By deliberately focusing upon good-feeling thoughts, you allow your physical cells to return to their natural balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing deeply is the key, softly hearing our words and allowing gentle alignment with the energy of your source. Breathe in, breathe out. The cells of your body are guided by Source and have the ability to find their balance no matter what, every time. You will not only find recovery from unwanted conditions, but a steady maintaining of well-being will ensue. Breathe in, breathe out. As you listen and breathe and release and relax, the maintaining of a good-feeling body will come easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Even unwanted conditions that have been with you for a while will gradually diminish until they no longer exist. Breathe in, breathe out. By releasing resistance a little more every day, you will feel the power that creates worlds flowing through you. Just breathing and listening, not to make something happen, but for the pleasure and comfort of alignment. Breathe in, breathe out. Your physical body will respond very quickly to the absence of resistance that you are feeling now while you breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. There is no physical body, no matter what the condition, that cannot return to its natural state of well-being. Breathe in, breathe out. These words that you are hearing are not about your body, but about your allowing and your alignment of Source. Your body is a reflection of the balance of your thought, and this release of resistance will produce positive change. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beginning with the cells of your physical body, physical improvement will sweep through you at every level. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are a vibrational being with non-physical roots, and your body is an extension of that non-physical source. Breathe in. Breathe out. We offer these words so as you listen and breathe, you will tune to your frequency of natural well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you take the time to find vibrational balance, your physical well-being will be easy to maintain. Breathe in. Breathe out. From your place of alignment, beneficial behavior will be inspired, and wonderful things will unfold with great ease. Breathe in. Breathe out. The more ease you feel, the less resistance you hold, and the more the cells of your body can find their balance. Breathe in. Breathe out. This process of breathing and allowing makes it possible to get from wherever you are to wherever you desire. As you breathe and release resistance, you tune your vibrational frequency to that of your source and to personal thriving. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is natural for you to feel good and for you to be well and for you to experience perfect bodily conditions. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are becoming a vibrational match to well-being, and your body will show you the evidence of that. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you listen and breathe, with every day that passes, your alignment with well-being will become stronger. As you acknowledge these words in an atmosphere of no resistance, you will fuel clarity and vitality and well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your body responds primarily to the content of your thoughts, and right here, right now, your body is benefiting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your life is supposed to feel good to you, and you are meant to feel happiness in your life, and you are meant to satisfy your dreams. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are doing extremely well. Physical well-being is flowing to you. Relax and enjoy the unfolding. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel appreciation for what is and eagerness for what is coming. There is great love here for you. Breathe in. For the next few minutes, letting the music guide you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the vortex.
So I'm ready to switch to homework, and then I'll open it up for your comments, questions, feedback, anything. So as soon as we finish, I'll send you an email with the members access link to the course website page. There is a page about stress where you'll see all the materials of this presentation. Well, you'll find links to download the meditations and practice them. So practice meditation. I wish you try both meditations. Silva takes about 30 minutes. Vortex meditation takes 15 minutes. So try both at first and then practice either both or whichever you like. You know, you can do one in the morning, one in the evening, or just stick to one you like most. And as I said, if you do it 3 times in a row, it's good. 5 days in a row is best. Every day, it's up to you, but the practice is the key. The more, the better. And then if you have the mind mirror, hook yourself at least once, upload it to the portal, analyze, share the link with me so I can have a look at it as well before we start next time and could comment maybe on it. So with Vortex meditation, you may connect blood volume pulse, measure your pulse, check your HRV. And if you don't do it yet, it's good to keep the diary or at least make a few notes after each meditation practice to check kind of in and out how you feel when you enter, what happened during, any insights, and how you check out any subjective experience that you may lose. It's really important to fix it because it will help you to integrate your experience. And then bring your experiences and learnings next time to share. And brainwaves observations, if you will be monitoring your brainwaves with the mind mirror, or blood volume pulse, HRV. And then explore other resources because there are other webinars to watch devoted to stress, books to read. And I placed all these helpful materials on the web page, so you don't have to look for it. There will be ready links for you that you can click and check. And a few successful meditation habits or hints. First of all, find a good time and place where you wouldn't be disturbed. The best one when you are alone at home and there are no requests on you from other family members, nobody racing in the house full of anxiety or urgent things to do, because that will disturb you. Most likely it disturbs me. Make sure you have time after, so allow yourself for a bit more time to integrate the experience. Do not rush back into everyday activities like talking, getting back into checking emails, computer, other screens. It's good to do it at the same place because I find energetically it's kind of gets cozy and ready for you. Outside is best, away from people and traffic. If you can find such place in nature, sitting on the ground or next to the tree or to the water, if you have the luxuries of it. If not, that's okay. Practice at home, preferably no electrical lights around or other electrical devices or power lines, because I'm sensitive to those. If you are sensitive too, just try to stay away from lots of bars, human or electrical. Best natural timing for meditation is sunrise and sunset. Sun cycles energetically facilitate your practice. And naturally, we tend to check in after first thing after we wake up and before falling asleep. So this is also natural alpha state. So if you want to set a good tune or mood for the day, be aligned for the day, it's a good way to start meditating straight after you wake up. You can even do it in bed if this is the easiest option for you. Always feel comfortable. There is no special rules how to sit or lie. Just make sure you can breathe easily, because this is important, and you don't feel any discomforts, because otherwise they'll distract you from your inner work, and that's what we don't want. If you like rituals, you may have your favorite meditation mat, crystals, candles. You can clean the space with sage, anything that will help you to create a positive and relaxed atmosphere and kind of set your mind ready for the sacred work, inner work of exploring. First, maybe opening, discovering, exploring, enhancing your inner dimension, your inner world. and building up your power, doing all this magic of healing, manifestation, transformation, all the energy work. So do not create any rules or expectations, because they will again upset you. Every time might be different. Your best practice meditation could be better one day, worse another day. And it's important, once again, I'll remind, to tune in. It's very subtle work. It's not your thinking, just thinking and imagining what you are told. It's a very subtle tuning. Try to go beyond words of what is said and just really follow, embrace it, or maybe even try to do the meditation through the eyes of its creator, right? Like through Esther. She knows how to step into the vortex. So it's like, if Esther Hicks can do it, you can do it too. So you just try to kind of tune into the meditation through her. And as I showed before, it may help you just to get there faster. And basically enjoy. So practice is the key, and don't mix up means with ends, because we often say, oh, I want to achieve this score, or this particular high brain waves or low brain waves. Don't get attached to these things. It's really your experience. It's really how you feel after, and how each time you relax, each time you tune into higher frequencies. From the brainwaves perspective, actually alpha theta would be lower frequencies. So we slow down to go higher, if you understand what I mean. So we are slowing down, we are releasing this grip of physical material world and stress. And each time you go there, you'll lay the neural pathways, and each time you'll get there faster. So I provided with 2 absolutely beautiful meditations. Jose Silva Everyday ESP, because he thinks every day we can use our special abilities, not just on special occasions. And the Vortex, a magical one of uplifting your vibration, healing yourself. Enjoy them. So this is the end for those who don't have the mind mirror. Here are a few books or links. As I said, I listed them on the web page, and all these webinars are listed there. So you just will click the link from the page and watch them if you feel like it. There are more meditation and relaxation and balance. And my favorite ones are in Mind Mirror Portal, Meditation Center. The High Performance Mind by Anna Weiss is still my favorite. And Mastering Beta would be the one to start with if you want to continue. If you have 30 minutes, first thing in the morning, maybe Jose Silva could be good, or even before sleep is good as well. It always helped me to sleep better. And up to this day, I'm using countdown exercises by Jose Silva, just without even grabbing my tablet and switching on the meditation. I just do countdown exercise and release the tension and resistance, so I can step into the new day relaxed without unnecessary fight and stress. And 15 minutes stepping into the vortex. And then if you have no time whatsoever, or you feel the life, it starts getting on you, getting it grip on you with stress, you do 1 breath. You always have 1 breath or a few more breaths, and release all the negativity or doubts or tension. Remember, it's not true you. True you is bigger, is capable. It's just you lost your attunement. Okay, I'm opening up for any questions